the word, YouTube? It's your boy Big Will. Back with another episode of Life After Prison. You know what time it is. Let's just run it. Let's just get into it. Listen, I was watching a video. I made a reaction video about police, COs, cops, anybody who is a law enforcement, the way they believe that they can manhandle people, the police brutality. The cops nowadays, they got these guns and they think that they can shoot whoever they want. They beat kids nowadays. There's been many cases out there where they could have used a stun gun or something, and they don't. They shoot kids. There's been situations where you see police, especially grown men, manhandle young ladies. The reaction video I just made was showing this young punk cop, the way he manhandled this girl. And you can go watch that video. But it just reminded me of when I was in prison and I had an altercation with a CO. I didn't fight him. I didn't swing at him. He came into the cell search and he was very, very disrespectful. Like the way he was ripping my pictures down, and the CO, when he would go through your shit. Now we have a crate underneath your bunk, or you might have a shelf where you put your food, your canteen, but usually people put it in their box and they put it underneath their bunk so nobody can just walk by and see it, you know what I mean? This way, if you're not there, you can, someone will slide into your cell and take shit, you know what I mean? So you usually put like your personals and your private shit, you know, underneath your bunk. You keep it in your lock box, or some places don't have locks on their box, or it's just an open box. You cover it with a towel or whatever. And you keep it underneath your bed where it's not easily accessible, you know. So what he would do is, when he would come by for a cell search, he would dig, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would take your pictures down off your walls. He would take your folded clothes, your whites, you know. He'd take your socks and he'd unfold them all and put them all over, you know, just throw them on your bed. And he'd take all your t-shirts and roll them up and so there's different meanings of cell searches, right? So like when you're getting a shakedown, yeah, that's the shit you do. You unroll everybody's socks and you look through you look inside of their deodorant, you know, you check their toothbrush to make sure they're not making a shank. If people have aspirin and stuff, you look inside, make sure there's no pills or, you know, or drugs or anything, right? When you're doing a shakedown, you do all that shit. You go hard. You search their bunk, make sure you can, you know, look for shanks and all that shit. When you're doing a cell search, like in the mornings. Now, in the mornings when you get up, you got to make your bed, and your room's got to be in order, right? And they do cell inspections every morning. They do a cell inspection. They walk the tier, and they walk by and they check everybody's cell. The CO will go in, he'll look around, make sure everything's in order, you know, make sure it's not a mess, not a pigsty, blah, blah, blah. If it is, they'll order you back to your cell. You gotta make your bed, like I said, make your bed and get your cell in order. This way, when the higher-ups, the lieutenant or the captain walks through, your cell's in shape. It's clean, right? So they'll go by and tell you to take the pictures off the wall. Even if you buy like there's like the artists and stuff, they'll make picture frames and stuff, you know what I mean? If they're hanging on the wall, you got to take them down. If you have them glued to your bunk, underneath your bunk, if you have a cellmate, if it's just a one-man cell and you just have it on the wall or whatever, they'll tell you to take it down. You know, if you have it on your table and shit, that's fine, but no hanging on the wall, shit like that. So anyways, and what you do is you put a piece of toothpaste, you put you know, put a little bit of toothpaste on the back, and you mix it with creamer, right? And it makes like a glue. You know what I'm saying? So you just put a little dab on it and you stick it to the wall. A lot of seals won't bother you. If you have, you know, if you have a seal where it's his bid, and they get a bid, yeah, it's funny that's what they call it. They get a bid and they'll do it for 60 days or 90 days sometimes 6 months. But that means that they do the same shift in the same unit for that 90 days or that 60 days. That's their bid, right? So if but they work 5 days, you know what I mean, unless they're pulling overtime and, you know, shit like that. So when the days that they get off, if you have, or if one of them calls in sick, you'll get a floater on, right? And he'll come in, and after he finishes his shift, or if he's doing overtime, he'll come in and he'll be on duty with the guy. Anyways, I had this CO, and his name was Pipes, and this was before he became a lieutenant and stuff. And he was just a prick. Like, I met him when he like just first started his bid, you know what I mean? And he was just a dick. Like, he's just a total dick. He's got red hair, freckles, glasses, and he just walks around with this, like he's cool, and you can tell, you know, not the stereotype, but you can tell this dude was picked on. That's the attitude. You can tell this dude, like, his kids are the same way as him. You can tell that. It's just one of them guys, you can tell that's how his family is. He's all like fat and out of shape, and you just know this type of person, right? He puts his gloves on, and he just acts so tough, and he'll look at you like, what are you looking at? You know, shit like that. So anyways, I was out on rec, and he's going through my cell. He's going through he was a floater on. Excuse me, he was a floater on, and he came through on a cell search. So as I'm coming in, he's just leaving my cell. But when I tell you, like I said, he went through a cell search, it was like he had a shakedown. He took all my mail and he dumped it all on my bed. Like, he was going through my personal pictures and my, you know, like you put pictures of your wife and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll send you some sexy pictures and shit. You don't put them on display, you put them aside. You know, he had all my pictures on my bed, and when I seen the pictures of my personal pictures of my wife, I fucking lost it. Pictures of my kids, he had it on the floor, and all my clothes were just all over. And as I was walking in, like I said, he was walking out, going into the next cell, and I just was like, what the fuck, you fucking piece of shit, and and it went on. And he come back in, what's your problem? And I'm like, who the fuck you think you are, touching my shit and going through my shit? You're a fucking punk. And it just went on. And you better watch how you're talking to me. That's it, you're getting written up. Fuck you and your ticket, I told him. Fuck, you know. It just went on. Well, he stepped to me, but not in he didn't step in my cell. He wouldn't go into my cell because he knew I was outraged. Proceeds to tell me, because I'm telling him, fuck you, you're a punk, you're a piece of shit. You know, you take that badge and, you know, you take advantage and all that shit, you know, when you lose your mind and you just go off. You're a fucking punk and da-da-da. He tells me to turn around. He's going to cuff me. All right, cuff me for what? Cuff me for what? Speaking my mind? Disrespecting an officer. Fuck you, disrespecting an officer. You disrespecting me. You know, I'm a man. Treat me like a man. I'll treat you how you treat me. You look what you did to my shit. This is all personal shit. So when I told him I'm not cuffing up, and I happened to look down on my bed, like, look at my shit. And when I did, I looked up, and he maced me. Now, I got asthma, right? I can't breathe. And he maced me. Oh, I was hot. He maced me, and I'm like, motherfucker, my eyes. And he calls a code. I'm flipping out. He calls a code. The team comes running in. They cuff me up. They bring me down to... They bring me down to SEG. Now I'm in the hole for 30 days. And I go and get my... Well, they tell me I'm going to the hole. As I'm in the hole, someone packs up my shit and blah, blah, blah. And I'm there. They let me, after a couple of hours, let me clean out. And I'm pissed now. I want to speak to a captain. I want to talk to the captain. So an hour or two goes down as I'm still hot, but I'm calm at this point. And captain comes in and he's like, "What's the problem?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, what's the problem, dude? I'm down here. I got maced for no reason. I didn't try and attack this CO. Oh, you was disrespecting. You refused direct orders." And I went into, I told the captain, "Listen, man, he threw all my personal shit all over the place, all my pictures, all my mail. Oh, you shouldn't have pictures on your wall." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like, the captain was really taking his side, right? And, I was just, at that point, I was done talking to the captain. Like, this is going nowhere. So I'm like, I'll see the D-board on Monday. D-board came in, and I ended up only getting 10 days off of the ticket that he gave me. Now, I got 10 days for disrespecting an officer. I got the 10 days for refusing a direct order. I didn't get the 30 days because they felt that I was justified, and by the CO going through and like ripping my cell apart when it wasn't a shakedown, he went above and beyond to antagonize me. You know what I mean? So they felt that I was not justified the way I act, because you're supposed to have respect and just take it on the chin. You're an inmate, you know what I mean? And that's part of your punishment. But I did start disrespecting them, and it caused the other CO to run down and see what was going on, and they got nervous. They started telling people lock in while I was flipping out. They thought it was going to turn into a scene. I'm smart enough not to hit a CO over pitches and get more time added to me. You know what I mean? It's stupid, but it just goes into the fact of the way that you get disrespected and the way that COs and police officers disrespect people because they think that badge means that they can do and act however they want to somebody, but you can't. I'm so impressed by the way people nowadays, when the cops pull up and ask them, "Give me a license," or give me an ID, and people tell them, "No, you don't need it." What am I under investigation of a crime for? The law states you have to be, accused, or you have to be investigating, or you have to be, cops have to be think that you committed a crime, or you can just walk. Or if people are recording nowadays, you'll get a cop or somebody come out and get out of here, cut that shit out. Someone will call the cops, and or if they pull you over and you're recording them, put the camera down. No, I'm not putting the camera down. It's legal. You know what I mean? The cops try and bully you. They think that people are just gonna bow down, and I give a big thumbs up for the people that fight back the law. My record is big enough. I'm sure if you watch the video of me showing you my paperwork, my record, 22 pages long, is big enough to where if I act up, they're gonna lock me up, whether it's a police officer or I'm on the inside. So I'm at the age now where I'm not playing, I'm not going in gung-ho over stupid shit. You know what I mean? If I can get away with just a ticket, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and keep it moving. I'll fight it in the courts. You gotta understand, the cops, their only job is to lock you up. They're not gonna find you guilty or anything. You fight that with the courts. And a lot of times when you get in, either the DA or the judge will find out, and know that you haven't done anything, so the charges will get dropped. You won't have any charges. It was probably maybe 2 years ago now. We're in 22. I got out in 18, so it was probably right around 2020. I had came home from work, and there was 6 or 7 detectives, and they knew who I was. They know my past. They know I used to be a drug dealer. They said that they were receiving calls that there was a lot of traffic coming in and out of my house. Now, if you look, you see the camera there? There's a camera there. There's a camera there. I got them all down my porch. There's a camera there. There's a camera there. There's one on the other end. I got them in the back. I got them in the front. I got them in my hallway. I put cameras up for my protection, so I can't be accused of shit. And that's what I was. My neighbors around my neighborhood, they don't like me because I'm real brash, and when I'm in a bad mood, and people are, if they mess with my car or they just stupid shit. I'm the type to call people out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in touch with my anger and calm it down, but that's the type of person I am. So my neighbors for years have been calling the cops on me just for stupid shit, for fireworks, being disorderly outside, or people threatening them. The way I park, people will call the cops on me. And but with that case, the detectives, they pulled up. Oh, we got a call for this. A judge gave them a warrant. They came in, never searched me, never patted me down, handcuffed me, brought me in my house, and left. Told me that I was being charged with possession with intent to distribute. They like I said, they never even searched me, so they found nothing. I had nothing on me. That was already past. My life of that was in the past. I was already off parole. I was done with parole for my last charge. And I went to court. Probably 8 months ago, and it all got dismissed. The DA was like, I'm not even charging you with this. I'm not going. We went to court, and the DA was like, Your Honor, I don't even want to go forward with these charges. This man should have never been arrested. There's no evidence. It's hearsay of a police officer saying that he got a call, which I think it was bullshit personally. These detectives, they've been out for me for the last 15 years. With that being said, but all the charges dropped, but it's just the way that they abuse their power, they abuse the badge, and like I said, you can go look at the video I did. It's a reaction video of the way this police officer was manhandling these young teenagers, and it's just out of control, But let me know what you think. It's your boy Big Will. You think these cops are out of control nowadays? You think that they abuse their power? Do you think that there should be more training for when they use their gun, to be trained to use their taser first in certain cases, certain instances? Let me know what you think. Like always, I appreciate all you real ones that have been here with me from the beginning. All you new subscribers I haven't seen this, thank you very much. I don't call you subscribers, you're part of my family. It's just a word I use, but you're part of my circle. I appreciate you. If you got any suggestions, anything you want to know, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. It's your boy Big Will, Life After Prison. Peace.